Just pulled up to our first one. Let's see what's going on out here. We got slush, big time slush. Look at that. So, we actually got some snow over here. Probably get away with scraping this. And then the rest of this is just slush. Not much up there. It's pouring rain now. So, let's give this a quick scrape. And then, probably not going to waste any salt here. You guys can hear that sleet pinging off the window. Coming down pretty good. So this building, for some reason, obviously where the snow is right here, is always in the shade, so the temperatures are obviously colder. But we have a problem all the time where it gets really icy in this area, and then obviously like this situation where there's no snow sticking anywhere on the pavement, but it's sticking here, you know, which is kind of unique for certain properties. You see the other side of the parking lot, when I showed you guys, has nothing even on it, just the front here. So we'll check the other properties and see what they look like too. I mean, might be surprised what we find. I'm not going too crazy here because it's supposed to warm up and it's raining now. Well, it's sleet rain. I'm probably gonna hit this with some salt and some ice melt in the walkways just to keep them bare. I might not even honestly do anything right now because it's 4:30. This place doesn't open until 9, so I'm just surprised we actually had some snow in the front here, enough to actually scrape. So, we'll go check the other ones. So here at our second property, it's the same exact situation. Probably tough lighting. Let's see what we can show, but just slush. So I'm gonna salt this one. I gotta go back and get more salt. I barely got anything in the truck. I wasn't expecting to really use much this morning, but it is gonna change the rain at some point. It's kind of sleet and rain right now, and it's supposed to change the rain a few hours. So I don't want to waste salt, but I think the only way to really treat this, I mean, it's not really plowable. I mean, I guess I could scrape it, but I'm not going to bother. So I'm going to try salting it and see what happens, and then I'm going to head back to the shop now, get reloaded up, and then we're going to go check those big apartments and see what's going on there. I think we're going to find the same scenario. We'll see. So right now the main goal is any property that's open today, we're going to take care of. So that first one obviously is a storage place that's open. This one's open as a doctor's office, and then we get the apartments. All right, we're pulling into the big one, the big apartments that we do. Probably gonna be just like all the other places, just really slushy. And that's exactly what it looks like we're looking at. It actually doesn't look that bad at all. Yet another storm where we don't get to use the machine. Go figure. So I'm gonna salt this and see what it does, and then maybe come up and scrape it later. I had to do a site report real quick. One thing I do, and I think I've mentioned in other videos, especially if you're a small, contractor, I take a video, basically a site report, every single storm. So I'm gonna get out right now, I'm gonna walk around real quick, show the conditions, make sure to say the time, the date, the temperature, all that kind of stuff, current conditions, all that stuff, and obviously the location. So that way, if there is any, they try to come back and question on anything, they can't. There's clear evidence that there's snow on the ground, it's sleeting, it's very slippery, and we're out doing our job. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So I am just gonna salt most of this. This parking lot's get very spotty, so the front here is completely fine, and then the back corner where the machine is, the back of this building, the back of that building are pretty coated over. So I think I'm gonna try salt and see what that does, and then if I have to come back in a couple hours, it's 5:50 in the morning, so I don't want to fire up that machine just yet and wake everybody up. So I do have a soul, so but I'll probably come back up here later and push some slush around just to play with the machine. Obviously not going to charge for that. I'm just gonna, I just want to play with it. So that's the game plan. You see this whole side of the parking lot, it's completely covered. So hopefully salt brings it down a little bit. I'm putting it down heavy right now. So I'm changing up the plan. I just blew through a yard of salt and it melted some of this stuff, but it's just a waste. So I'm gonna scrape. I was gonna try not to scrape, but there's quite a lot of other guys out scraping these parking lots down. There's not much on them, but it's enough. I probably should have scraped it then salted, but I was gonna try to burn it with salt and not, scrape and wake everybody up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But so that's gonna be the plan. I just went back, as you saw, and scraped the first one I salted. That one's mint, perfect, ready to go. Those apartments, I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna actually run the machine for a little bit, and I'm calling in David right now to come help me. Just check on the other couple ones. It's still kind of sleeting, but it's turning to rain. But I definitely want to try to get this cleaned up in the next couple hours before it really starts raining and it's a mess. So that's the new game plan, and I'm grabbing a coffee real quick because I am tired. I gotta wake David up. He's not answering his text, so I'll go to his house if I have to. So what I'm doing here, and I've done this a few times with this parking lot, once it starts getting really slushy, I'll just kind of go down with the plow real quick and just lift it up, and then all the salt residue and everything will just kind of mix in and just melt the whole thing. So it's kind of what I do with this one a lot. Works real good. This one's looking pretty good. Just kind of cleaning up the little spots like the handicap ramps and handicap spots, all that kind of stuff. They open in 45 minutes to 7. The salt's working. It's just there's so much sleet and stuff down. It's taken a while, and I just it needs a scrape. So as you see, we scraped it. Now it's bare pavement. This place will look good in about an hour. So I'm just scraping everything real quick, trying to get some of the slush off. Wasting salt at this point. None of this is gonna melt with salt. This is too much slush, so good excuse to use the machine, scrape it all down. And then it's raining now, so it's gonna melt with the rain. I just wasted 2 yards of salt trying to melt it, but it is what it is. I had to get this truck out of the way. I thought I was honestly gonna be able to salt this real quick and then be done, you know, melt it all off, and that's not the case, so. Oh well, wasted a little bit of salt. So I'm just running around scraping all this stuff with the push box. I haven't even picked the box up off the ground. I'm just kind of doing laps. I gotta adjust the cutting edge on this thing. It's scraping, but it could definitely be a lot better scrape. About done scraping this place. 2 of them now are scraped. I did the first one this morning, the storage facility in the office there. I have David, I called him in, I woke him up. He's going up to check that, and 2 of our other places that I think we'll meet up at those churches that we do. But everything that's open today is done. It's like 7:45 right now, so got everything done, good to go. Alright, we're good. Rest of this will melt. It's raining now. Like I said, I gotta adjust that cutting edge on that that pusher. It's not, the middle keeps popping up. It's a rubber cutting edge, and the middle of it literally pushes up, seems like all the time. So I still think I'm gonna probably sell that pusher and get something new next year, but we'll figure it out. All right, I think we're good here. I'm gonna do one more lap around on the truck, but I think we're all set. Well, I think we're wrapping this one up. It's a little after 8 o'clock. This parking lot here is completely just tiny little bit of slush, but it's pouring rain now. So we're gonna hit these walkways over here. I'm gonna hit these 2 walkways and then the front. This is my family's church. I'm not gonna bother scraping it. I'm not gonna bother putting any salt down. I'll probably just do these walkways just so the pastor can get over if he comes into his office. But other than that, I'm not gonna go crazy and waste anything because it's pouring rain right now. So, but all in all, I mean, when I woke up, I really didn't think we were gonna be doing anything because my house, it was nothing going on really. It was raining. Then about 4:30, it sleeted pretty heavy for like an hour, and that coated everything up. So I was actually really surprised. We had to scrape just about everything. So I did probably waste a little bit of salt because I originally thought I was gonna be able to burn what was down with salt. So the first parking lot, I put down a lot of salt, figuring I'd come back in an hour and it'd be completely melted, and that was not the case. I mean, it did definitely melt a lot of it, but it didn't take care of, you know, it didn't work like I thought it was gonna. So ended up scraping that down, and you know, it is what it is. So wasted a little bit of salt, but you know, it did work. There's just too much, you know, too much moisture, too much slush. So, but everything scraped good. I mean, with this wet stuff, it scrapes real well, and you know, cleaned up real well. So, but we're just gonna hit these walkways. I'm just waiting for David real quick. He's just finishing up at another property, and then probably go home, take a nap. And I've been up since about 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning, and then it's gonna change back to snow this afternoon, and then freeze up tonight. So there's David now. So we'll get back out tonight, and then hit this stuff heavy. So I'm out of salt in this truck, and he's pretty much probably out in that truck. So, but that'll be a wrap for today. Well, this is going to be the end of the video. I'm going home and taking a nap, and I'm not probably going back out later. I'm going to have David do the salting if we do end up going back out. So I do want to show you one crazy thing. So I've mentioned before, where I live is like 15-20 minutes away from our service area. So weather is completely different down here. Check this out. There's literally no snow. So we got, I don't know what the final totals are going to be, but I would say, you know, 2, maybe 3 inches of snow. It's tough to say with the sleet and slush and all that stuff, but there is literally no snow here. Nothing. None at all. It's crazy. Pretty wild what, you know, 15 minutes, you know, one way or the other can do. But yeah, it's just long day overall today. So now it's 2 o'clock. I stopped, did a couple errands, but it was still snowing when I left our service area. Nothing's obviously sticking anymore, but we did have some slush still at like noontime that I had to hit a couple spots real quick and scrape up. But supposed to kind of continue off and on flurries throughout the day. So we're planning on salting tonight, but I'm not going to be the one doing it. I've been up since 2 in the morning, so I am going home. I am going to enjoy a few of these cold ones, take a nap for a little bit, and then Supercross is on tonight. For those of you who have watched some of my videos, you know, I race and ride motocross, all that good stuff. So tonight is Daytona Supercross. Usually I'm actually down there. Last year I was there. All my buddies are there right now, so I wish I could be there, but definitely one of my favorite races the whole year. Like I said, I usually go down, but not this year. But it is what it is, so I'm going to watch that and then pass out. So, and that's going to be it for this one. So we'll see what happens next week. I don't see anything in the forecast for winter weather, but we'll see what happens. But whatever, we got something today. Can't complain. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate all the support, and keep doing your snow dances. Maybe we'll get one more before the year's over. See you guys.